It's turning on or not? There it goes. Fuck. Well, only 7 minutes late. Not that outlandish. Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh, I actually do have a rather fitting cigar for today. I don't know where the cutter is. There's somewhere. Show prep fucking sucked today. Let's just put it that way. But we got it done. Because that's what us doers here do. We get shit done. We don't fucking quit. We don't pick on, people who are actually getting shit done and are having problems doing that. We just simply get shit done. Camera will be on next 4 or so minutes. Because I don't know about you, I'm sick and tired of dealing with the fucking censorship that's going on these days. Where are my motherfucking cutters? I'll have to improvise something else. Okay, again. Lemonade and lemonade. Boy. Today's cigar is a rather big point of it. It's just get dark in here. Yeah, but I'll just bite the fucking thing. I'll pour the rest of my drink in a moment. I actually got 2 that I want to do tonight. Seems that was more than enough. Good evening and welcome to the closing hour. That's the new name that I'm giving this particular program. Makes more sense, I think. Saturday Night Special isn't a bad name, but I don't know. I think I've heard that before, and I don't want to repeat other people's different formats or titles or radio shows or what have you. So I do that. Well, maybe Sil versus Gamer at the gun range. Oh Jesus! All right, looking on YouTube's. Turn this down. Yeah, last night kind of sucked. All right, and I'm glad I'm testing this because the audio is not working. Because why would it fucking work right out of the gate, right? I can't find the fucking speaker I normally use. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, unplug it. Why do I have to do a million fucking different things in order to get shit to work? Why?
And what I'm trying to say to you is when people show you who they are.
There it goes. Now it's working. Fine, we'll just do that. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't catch a break, man. Can't get breaks. You know what? I was supposed to have this show up on the site, thegoddamnbacon.com. Boy, well, I think I got that rather wet. Bacon, why are you drinking on these shows? I don't know. Okay. Jesus. So my apologies for anybody who follows the actual the website. Was not able. Well, first I wasn't able to upload it, but I listened back to it because I knew there was going to be some issue, and I hope you're sitting down for this. There was a fucking issue. I had tried listening to it on the way to my folks that I went to go visit them to give them their $100 back that they had loaned me. With interest, by the way. I was going to give them extra $20. They didn't want it. And again, shout out to them. They're very, very charitable as far as that goes. I mean, it's much appreciated. I mean, I would have been fine just sitting at home, but I'd rather be productive. I'd rather be working and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of important. Still drinking the Puerto Vallarta I got at the gas station that has quite the fucking selection of bourbons I ended up finding out. Quite a few I hadn't even heard of. So, definitely going to be getting a Christmas present out of there at some point. Yeah, I was going to listen to at least part of the show because I wasn't sure if I covered everything I wanted to cover. And it turns out I did. You know, but I tried, and maybe it was just the way I plugged it in or something. It was like, it just sounded all kind of garbled. I had to turn it all the way up. It's like, what the fuck? And I tried listening to it again today or later tonight. The earlier that tonight, actually. And it sounds fine. It's just the volume is super fucking low. So, I mean, not that I have the highest of standards as far as audio quality goes, but I don't want to put anybody through that. So that didn't get uploaded. And I'll redo it. Sort of doing the same thing here. Had issues just getting this fucking started, for fuck's sakes. No, tonight's cigar, it's an Alec Bradley product. It's okay. I like the smaller version of this that they had, but did it just get dark in here? Nah. It had previously gotten dark in her. And now it's gotten Mexi again. Oh, damn. Foreshadowing, motherfuckers. Black Market Esteli. Something I gotten from Fremont Cigar and Vape. Good people there, at least the two that I know that work there. Pretty small shop, but decent selection. I had this last night and it tested very well just in the specialized bourbon and bacon glass that I got, the specialized bourbon glass. I don't have it here at the ready. Oh, I guess I should show it off. I got this because they were out of my regular whiskey, and this is about the same price. I never tried it before. Larceny, small batch. It's 92 proof. Yeah, it's 46% alcohol, not 47, like I said before. This time, we're going to make a Manhattan out of it. Why? Why not? It's in my Yellowstone glass. What I got, I broke it trying to put a bigger rocks glass in there than I should have. Or at least I cracked it. Since repaired it. And now it's a specialty glass for this kind of thing. So yeah, I got a margarita and a Manhattan. Talk about sinning and winning. A little bit more vermouth. I'm starting to run low, actually. Shit. Uh-oh. Alright, I'll have to visit, Fuck, I can't get it curbside pickup at the Walmart anymore. That's what pissed me off the other day. I wasn't able to order my regular Evan Williams, by the handle, but they had my, what was it, El Humidor in stock, the handle of that. And I go to log in, it was like, oh yeah, turns out that was out of stock too. I was like, fuck! Really? Can't see why I stock up on this shit, because that fucking shit happens. Now I talked to my folks today, and apparently I thought, what was it, inauguration day was going to be Thursday. It turns out it's Wednesday. So day before, I think I'll try to at least get that again. By God, who knows what the fuck is going to happen? Not bad. Had it almost too much vermouth. Actually, that could use a little bit more whiskey. Almost too smooth. There we go. Oh man. Yeah, as far as oh God. Last night's show again, my apologies if you were looking forward to that. One of the things that I have noticed, don't get nearly as much engagement. And for the obvious reasons during the weekend, Saturday, maybe Sunday. And that's, I do that show Friday night, early Saturday morning. And I have to upload it, and then I have to make the post and all that stuff, and then I have to let you assholes know that it's out there. If you haven't, maybe not subscribed to a bookmark and check it regularly, that at least gives you an idea that, hey, there's more material out there. Go check it out. But I don't get too much traction on it. So what I'm thinking to do is I'll sit on that episode, do something else for Saturday night if I do a post in at all. But I'll put it out Monday because Monday, that's when a lot of people are looking for other things, Now, I'll still put the show together. I still put it up on Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, whatever. Then I'll make the actual announcement, so maybe to reach more eyeballs and ears and all that stuff. I don't know. Still working at this shit. And the website coming up on 5 years now, the actual show's coming up on 2 years. Takes a while for these shows to grow, so those are the things we'll figure out. But I figured I was probably going to do this anyways, but especially given that, that show, the quality of it was to the point where I didn't feel good putting that out there. My listenership suffers enough. Okay, they put up with a lot. That was just a bit too much. Hey, well, I'll do it another time because I definitely want to get that on my own fucking. Because I have an idea, just if nothing else, of the actual cover pick that I want to do. Oh my God. It will give a lot of context as to what I'm going to be saying later. Well, let's start with the first topic. Again, Saturday night, now Sunday morning, which I still consider Saturday night. You know? So will be the time you would normally be at the bar and be chatting up, some guys, hopefully some girls, maybe getting some action lined up for later that night or another week, something like that. I got updates as far as that goes, by the way. Hopefully I'll remember to give him a shout out later, but let's just do this now just so I don't forget. Shout out to Chris Von Erich. He's starting to do shows. He's not doing them Sundays anymore. He's doing them Saturdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the superior fucking time compared to Eastern Standard Time, which is when he does. That's time zone he lives in. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for him. Yeah, to show him whether you're optimistic or pessimistic about the dating market or whatever. And my whole response was basically, I don't care. Look, I got shit to do. You want my time? Come, make yourself worth my time. I can go make money or do investments or work on my house or car or whatever. Go spend time with friends and family. You want to monopolize my time? You make it fucking worth it. That was pretty much my answer. We'll talk more about that later if I remember. Sometimes I don't. Hey, a lot of times I don't. This is staying fairly well lit. Hey, you know what? This reminds me of that Rocky Patel what was this age cigar that I had. Definitely quality, but more of a smoke flavor to which shouldn't be shocking. Not much else on it though. Seems like it's going to last about the same amount of time though. So if anybody, by the way, just preface this. If anybody's unfamiliar with Red Sings the Blues, definitely go and check him out. It's literally what it sounds like. Red Sings the Blues. That's the channel. Now I think he has since pulled his version of the video down. I actually joined him for that and another one where I guess there was these chicks and they were complaining about men, I don't know, being men or not being men or something, and it was all complaints and no solutions because that's just what women do. I keep getting people jumping in and jumping out. Is my audio still working? Yeah, it looks like it. All right. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like what the fuck I'm saying. Maybe I should be getting into the fucking topic. I don't know. I wonder who's tuning in around this hour. And again, the reason I'm doing this, I've talked about it before. This would be the hour you would normally be at the bar. You don't be chatting people up, but closing time's 10. Last call's at 10 fucking 30. Not AM, but PM. Finish your drink by 10:45. Are you for real? And that ain't going away anytime soon, so that's why I'm sitting here smoking a cigar, drinking a Manhattan and a margarita that's has a salted rim. I'm talking to you assholes. Boy, do I have a lot to talk about. Now, going back to first subject at hand, I'm going to do a direct reenactment of what happened last night. And I don't know if this is going to get me flagged. Who knows? But we'll give it a shot. Now, Red had a video of, what was it? Love versus Sanders Alpha Male. That's the video, and it will. Well, it's going to be included in the post on my website. That's delayed. It'll happen again. We'll figure that out. Basically, and I call this guy basically, you know, I was on his show when he was doing this. I basically call this guy like Alpha Hans Gruber. And if you're unfamiliar with that name, that comes from the guy. It was the main villain in Die Hard. It was played by Alan Rickman. God rest his soul. Talk about a good fucking actor. A late bloomer, by the way. I think he finally got recognized as an actor like at the age of 42 or something. You would also know Alan Rickman as Severus Snape in the Harry Potter series. Also a very good actor in that, amongst other things. But Hans Gruber, in case you're unfamiliar, know the ending of the Die Hard. I hope you watched this, so I'm not spoiling any endings for you. He gets kicked out of a window, and literally as he's falling to his death, he's still talking about all the plans that he's making for the future and all that shit. Literally as he's about to die. That's why I made that comparison. The reason I call him that is because he claims to be alpha and he follows was alpha mindset, and I think Red has sent him this video or whatever. He ended up having to delete the actual video because he got copyright strikes or some shit like that. So who knows if that's going to happen here. I think it's worth the risk. And if that gets flagged, I'll just pull this down, do another fucking live stream, and I'll just talk about the second half because that isn't. All right. So without further ado, and this is, by the way, I'm high alpha, but I'm in divorce court. Literally, this channel is called Divorce Court. See if you guys can hear that. Looks like you can.
You say you want commitment from him. And what I'm trying to say to you is when people show you who they are, believe them. If you want to be single, then just be single. And if you want to be in a committed relationship, choose someone who's not going to cheat.
Yeah, no shit.
Here is today's case.
Alpha tactic list.
We don't tolerate disrespect. You know, she would blatantly start talking to me any kind of way.
He's also verbally abusive towards me.
It should be noted, this dude is like...
What real man would put their woman, who is the mother of their child, through all of this? Pain,
we'll show a picture of him in a moment.
You stand in front of me, 6 foot tall, but you're really this big on the inside.
Is he 6
if you
foot
think
tall?
This is the way you're supposed to treat a woman.
And this guy weighs at least 100, 250 fucking pounds. Ask me how I know. All right. We got an ad here. But yeah, that's how this started. It looks like somebody's jumping in and out. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Is this some YouTube bull fuckery that's going on here? Oh, next one's for Uber Eats. Fun story, I had some guy who worked for Uber Eats. He tried to recruit me, and he was making 1 million fucking orders to get me to show back up at wherever he was staying to recruit me to go to Uber Eats. Just a side story there. This is less than 20 minutes, so it ain't gonna take that long. I'll comment and I'll pause and comment as necessary. As per, you know, what Red Sings the Blues had did. But it was so damn good that I had to fucking do my own version of this. And do my own version of it, I shall.
Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on Divorce Court, we have a virtual audience and it's filled with your super fans.
Today's superfan of the day is Sarah from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome
got
to
super
Divorce
fans,
Court. We're
huh?
so happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, today's case is Love versus Sanders.
Thank you, Juan. Kaza Love,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have brought Mr. Jamal Sanders
Yes, Your Honor.
to court today. The two of you have been in a relationship for 3 years. You have one child together. He's 13 months old.
Of course they have a
But now
child
you
together.
said things are rocky.
I don't know if you can see it or
And things
not.
have gotten really bad between the
Here's
two
one,
of you.
I'll
Want to
turn this
discuss it in
light off.
divorce court today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
I'll
Your
start
Honor.
with you, ma'am. Give me some background.
Your Honor, I'm here because this trifling man has caused me so much pain. He
Trifling.
stressed me out. He's always trying to control me. He's always accusing me of looking at other men. I'm over. I can't live my life. It's like every time I go somewhere, I have to look on the floor. He's done so many things. Let me tell you what
Sounds
happened.
like an
So one
insecure
time
person.
we was at the grocery store. We were walking down the aisle, and I was grabbing Cheez-Its. And he
Grabbing
accused me
Cheez-Its.
of looking at a swole man on the aisle, and I didn't even see the man. I literally grabbed my stuff, put it in the cart, and went to the next aisle.
Well, Mr. Sanders, what do you have to say? Give me some background on why you think you're here, and then you can respond to that.
Okay, the
This is
reason I'm
Mr.
here
Sanders.
is because she thinks I'm insecure, but really,
That's because
it's always something she does, and she always say I don't. She's not doing that, but I see
I'd be
you,
insecure.
see
I
you
would be
doing
insecure
this.
if I looked like
So
him.
it's like, why are you?
Holy
why are
shit.
You not? You know what I'm
So
saying?
when she was at the grocery store getting her Cheez-Its, you're
Yes.
saying that she
The
was looking at
Cheez-Its.
somebody else who was swole?
Right.
And you
He was a
think
little,
she'd
he was
do
a little
that in
bit
front of
buffer than me. A little bit buffer than me, just a little bit. You
Okay,
know.
but if I'm with you, I wasn't looking at you.
Everybody's
You
been
think she
buffer
has a
than you.
wandering eye?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
Now, Miss Love, you say that is not the case, but
No,
you're
it's
always
not.
being accused. So the
Yes.
Cheez-Its was one incident. Tell me about another time you say he acted insecure.
Okay, so me, him, my sister, and my niece, we all went out to eat at a restaurant.
She
me and
ain't
him
bad
frequent.
looking, by the
We always
way.
go there. And we were,
I'm not
there's
into
a guy
that
who works
much
there.
into
I
black
guess he's
women
like,
anymore, but
he cleans up and he's a waiter. He came.
I'd
ask,
fucking
is
take
the
her
food,
for a
everything okay?
spin.
And we're like, yeah,
Goddamn
we're
right.
good. And he keeps walking past, and then Jamal accuses me and says, he says, well, what do y'all have going on? Why does he keep looking at you? And I was like, what do you mean? We don't have nothing going on. I don't even know this person. He works here. And then he's like, well, excuse me, come here, and tells the dude to come to the table and says, what you got going on with my girl? Stop looking at her. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, this is so embarrassing. My sister is here. We're eating out. This is embarrassing.
Mr.
I don't even want to go here anymore.
Mr. Sanders, do you
choice
think
of
she had
words.
something going on with the server at the restaurant?
I'm gonna put it like this: I ain't blind. You know, I can see everything. So you know,
Is
what I'm saying?
that
There's
right?
a whole other restaurant to clean up, but instead you right at the table with her. You know what I'm saying? Wiping the table as soon as I come out the bathroom.
I mean, wiping
know.
the table is his job.
It is his job, but I feel like
True.
You're saying
You know,
the timing of him wiping the table was suspect to you.
it was suspect. And also, every time we come in the restaurant, I see him, you know, giving her the look. Like, look at her. You know what I'm saying? She
Right.
is
So if
attractive.
guys look at her, she's an attractive
I don't
woman.
see the
It's
problem.
going to happen.
Hang
Right.
I
But you're
don't-
saying that you
I
thought.
don't see the problem with that, to be honest with you. As I said on, well, you can't see it anymore because Red deleted it. I don't see the problem with that. Look, you know what? I've always had it. Guys are looking at the girl that I'm with, and that's happened with, certainly happened with Hot Russian X. It's happened with some other ones. It's happened with Ball of Chaos. Her story fucking coming up here. That's a compliment. If guys aren't looking at your girl, I see that kind of as a problem. You know what? It means you don't have somebody that other guys will want. Now, your personal preferences aside, you know, that's one thing. I get it. But I mean, it's just kind of social proof that, hey, you know what? You made a good catch. You know? And again, as I said before, if you're that insecure, then the problem is you. You aren't doing something right. I mean, I still remember me and Hot Russian X, we were driving out to, I think, to Cape Flattery, which is the most northwest point of the contiguous United States, the 48 states that are out here, not including Hawaii and Alaska. And I went to go pay for gas. And as I'm coming back out, you know, to go pump it or whatever, I see this guy walking away. Kind of heavy guy. I think we're in like Olympia or something. And she told me that the guy had walked up to give her his number. And I don't know. I think she was expecting me to be kind of mad about it. And I wasn't. I was, all right. I don't blame him. There's a reason I call you the Hot Russian X. And so good on him. I mean, as far as that behavior goes, you know what? The guys are going to hit on you. They're going to do what they can to make themselves available to you or to make you available for them. It's what you do that, you know, is a deciding factor. I'm more worried about your actions, not theirs. They're all going to hit on you because you're hot. It's your actions that matters. We continue.
Maybe there was something more to it.
Right.
And you don't think this is just in your head a little bit at all?
It might be. You never know.
Oh, it might be.
It might be.
It's
Again,
definitely in his head. Your Honor.
you know what? Let me see if I can get that. That's both of them side by side. I'm going to go ahead and turn my damn lights back on. She ain't bad. The right kind of chocolate that I would fuck, you know, I don't deal with black women all that well, but I deal with her. She's got all the hair. She's pretty fucking slim. She's in shape. This dude looks like fucking, he's about the size of DJ Khaled. Like, nah. You ain't winning, bro. Now, I will preface that with this, though. The most that I have ever gotten laid, it was when I wasn't, oh, I mean, okay, they say he's 6 foot. I'm 6'2", or at least somewhere around there. And the heaviest I was about 250 pounds. Now I'm still in shape, but I mean, it definitely showed. And that's when I got laid the most. Ray John's in the chat. Ray John, if you'd like to join this, feel free. Well, this guy is definitely bigger than that. I have never looked the way this fucking guy did. Right here. Look at him. And he's supposed to be some high alpha, masculine, red pill, asshole, whatever. Are you fucking for real? Jab is the most important weapon. That's one of them. All right, let's continue. Because I got more shit to run through here. I said, let's continue.
He's done so many things. First of all, he even got a secret paternity test on our child.
What do you mean?
Behind my back? Yes, behind my back. I had no idea he even.
They have a virtual audience.
What originally happened was first, I was working with a coworker, and this coworker called my phone, and he picked up my phone. He says that the dude said that me and him have been having sex, and that was not true. And I'm like, what? And
did your coworker really say that?
My coworker actually did say that.
Why would your coworker say that about you?
My coworker
probably because it fucking happened.
That I was dating Jamal and I didn't want to be with him. So I guess when he heard a man on the phone, he took the opportunity to sabotage me. But I never had sex with him. The thing
ain't the fuck on. Why would he do that? Why would he do that with the fucking coworker? Somebody calls me with someone that I work with, you know, that's not something I would do unless I was doing it. And for whatever reason, I'm feeling charitable and I want to warn this guy about the woman that he's with. I've had that happen actually with other exes. Like, hey, you know, she's fucking around on you, right? Wasn't him specifically, but They at least tried to fucking warn me. No, that shit doesn't come out of fucking nowhere. It doesn't. We continue.
Pregnant at the time, he went and took that as, okay, maybe this is not our child, and kept accusing me, saying that's not even my son. And then after the baby came, he got a secret paternity test behind my back.
Excuse me.
Was it your child?
Yes, it was my
I
child.
don't
Why did
blame
you get
him.
a secret paternity test?
Because I felt like this might be his kid. See, now
I
let
don't
me
blame
tell you
him
the
for
story,
that.
How it went on
No,
You
my
that-
believe the coworker?
That I don't blame him for. At least that he did right on that. Because, okay, it ended up being his child. What if it wasn't? Do you think he will want to be on the hook for being cuckolded? Really? So I don't blame him for doing that one bit. Especially having all these, she probably still is fucking around behind his back, especially the way he fucking acts, but at least he's kind of aware of it.
Over
Yes,
me. Right.
I believe the coworker at the moment. Now, okay.
But you don't believe him now.
I don't believe him now.
You
No.
think he lied to you.
I think he
You
lied.
know he lied to you now. Correct?
Yes, he lied.
Okay, you have a name to the list.
Right.
Alpha tactic list.
Right.
Oh,
Number
Apple
one,
tactic
it
list.
says,
Oh, here we
don't
go.
beg for sex. Alpha males, we don't beg for sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm an alpha. I'm sorry.
Number
He's
10
alpha,
should
but he's
be,
in divorce
how long
court for
after I
fuck's
start this
sakes.
list did my girlfriend leave?
He's alpha, but he's in divorce court. And not only that, everyone he's talking to are fucking women who, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to spoil it. Handed his ass to him. They're all saying shit that I agree with versus what he's doing. It's, how do you make this up? How? We're going through an ad. Oh Jesus, this is a long one, so I'm gonna skip through that. Let's just get back to it. Jesus. Can't get
Has your
finest the rest of
girlfriend
these
ever
are blues.
stepped out on you in your relationship to your knowledge? Or you just you have suspicions?
I have suspicion.
She's never actually done it. Am I right?
No, I have not.
Okay, but
Better be
That's
careful,
what she
sir, because
said.
sometimes you push too hard, you might get what you suspect.
you're right.
You know she's not
But I
wrong
feel
about
like
that.
this, Your Honor. Now, with that whole story, okay, I was dropping her food off at her job. Now he was staring me
look
down
at him.
the whole time.
And
while I
somebody
was at her
else
job.
Can you
staring
blame her
you
for
down.
cheating?
Yes. So I'm looking
Look
back
at him.
like why he's looking at me like this. She says, I don't know. So 2 days later, she get a phone call while she's in the restroom. Some told me to answer the phone. So I answered the phone. When I answered it, I said, hello. He hung up. So I text back, why you hang up? He said, because my B didn't pick up the phone. I said, you're B. So I guess she's mine as well. We're sharing tonight. He said, I've been cheats. You just playing Captain Sable. Now, so if somebody tells you, you know what I'm saying, what are you going to think?
Shots fired. You play Captain Savo. No. Damn, he fucking told you. You know what? That guy did you a favor that you don't even fucking realize. You don't even fucking realize it. Holy shit. We're less than 8 minutes in, and the person that's probably fucking your woman is doing you more favors. Fucking for real. We continue.
When you read a message like that, there's no part of you that thinks that he's just trying to antagonize you, because that's what it sounds like to me.
Guys, don't do that.
So you find out that's not true, but these incidents keep happening.
Yes,
No
there's
shit.
there's a lot more, and he's also verbally abusive towards me. I'm over him. I'm very much over him.
No
What
shit.
happened was he took
Why are you in
me to go
divorce
get my
court?
hair done, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I got my hair done, looking cute. You know, you want to look cute for your man, right? So I got my hair done, and then when I
At
go
least he's
back
doing
out
that.
to the car, he says, "Oh, you look ugly." I'm like, I
Oh,
look ugly. Like, I know I'm not ugly. So he said I look ugly, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, all of a sudden you start trying
Is
to
he
put
trying
me
to do
down.
like negging or
And
some shit
it
like
doesn't
that?
make sense to me.
Listen, Your Honor, the reason I did that was
Negging
because I did
gone
my research
wrong.
on this thing called alpha male strategies. I even brought it to you today. For
So you
alpha
calling
male
her
strategies.
ugly was a part of your
Whole
technique,
fucking
Yes.
list there.
and you still in this relationship?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's apologized, but I realized it's not worth it. And I kind of try to stay because I wanted my son to have, a father figure around. But I realized we can
I
co-parent.
guess it's not gonna
I
be
don't have to
him.
be there.
Not when he's calling his mama ugly.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
I gotta agree
Let me
with
see
that.
your. Oh, okay. You have a name to the list.
right,
Alpha tactic list.
right.
Alpha
Number
tactic
one,
list.
it says don't beg for sex. Alpha males, we don't beg for sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm an
Listen to the
alpha.
guy.
I'm sorry. Two.
Yeah,
don't
you're
tolerate
alpha. You're
disrespect.
fucking
Like, it's been
divorce
several
court for fuck's
occasions where
sake.
she would blatantly start talking to me any kind of way.
So you have on this list, talk down to her at all times.
Yes.
At all
Which is
times.
ridiculous.
Wait,
They
hey,
give
ain't the
you money.
fuck on.
Don't.
Wait, hang on. Talk down to her at all time. Really, dude? Wait, is this his list? Hang on a second. It's number 5 on that list. Talk down to her at all times. What about when she's doing the fucking right things? What if she's not always displaying bad behavior, which if she's doing that, then you have bigger problems to worry about. But when she's doing things right, wouldn't positive reinforcement be a fucking good thing? Talk down to her all fucking times? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's on your alpha tactic list? Now, I have my own flaws, that I still need to work on. I've worked on, probably still need to fix, and all that other shit. But one thing I will not do is, look, if you have somebody that you have to talk down to at all fucking times, you have picked the wrong fucking person, and you are not doing the right things in this fucking relationship. I'll just say that right now. If it's even the majority of the times you have to talk down to them, the most I would do, Bull Rush has been a good example of that. All right, your woman does something, or your woman does something that is unacceptable or it's below standards, and you just express disappointment that they could have done better, but they didn't, and they know they could have done better, but they didn't. And I think that's more effective. It's more effective for anything, really. Job performance, friends, family, all that stuff. It ain't just women. So if you're having to do all this fucking dread all the fucking time, you're doing something wrong. Why is she fucking up so much that you have to downplay her at all fucking times? But seriously, dude, what the fuck? I understand she's fucking human too. She's gonna fuck up. But most people, especially women, they're not gonna want to be around guys who make them feel bad all the fucking time. I don't know about you. I like being around people, and most women, though, especially the ones that like me, they're around me because I make them feel good, not because I make them feel bad. So what the fuck is wrong with you that you feel you need to fucking do this? I can't believe I'm taking a woman's side in this shit, but you know what? Retards like this give people like me and quote unquote my team a bad name. For real, dude? Bad at all times? I mean, there's shit on this I agree for. Don't beg for sex, definitely. Don't tolerate disrespect, definitely. Always be the bad boy. Depends on the definition. What the fuck was the other one here? Make her beg for you. You shouldn't have to make her beg for you. She should just be begging for you. You got to make that shit organic. You have to have the value. again, shout out to Chris Von Erich. We talked about that. Look, I got shit to do. I got investments to make. I got money to make. I got friends to go see. I got this show to fucking do. I got drinks and fucking smokes and more drinks and all that shit. I got other things to do. I got shit to do. So if you want my fucking time, you make yourself worth it. I don't need to make her beg for me. She's going to do that on her own if she sees me as valuable enough to do it. More on that coming up later. Talk down to her at all times. Why? And there's more on this list. We continue. Don't
give compliments. Yes. Don't give validation.
Right.
Don't be a beta. So if you go by this list, you obviously don't want to be a boyfriend either.
Exactly.
No shit.
I
can tell you right now, number 10 should be, how long after I start this list does my girlfriend leave?
He even threatened me to give him money or he would leave me and my child and not be in my child's life.
You asked her for $500 or you would never speak to her or the baby again?
That's for $500.
Because it's on the list.
What was the $500 for?
Down to a 13-month-old son. Now get yourself together.
Oh boy, all right. We got another commercial break. I'll let they go ahead and play if it's not super fucking long, but Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, there you go. There's Alpha Hans Gruber. The guy doesn't hear himself. He really doesn't. I don't know about the make her give you money thing. Maybe that's kind of a investment strategy. You know, okay, she gave you money, and so therefore she's invested in you? I don't know. I'm burning the wrong data, actually, so give me a second. I'm going to redo that real quick. I thought I had already. Apparently not. But yeah, there you go. I mean, we're not even halfway through it. Let me switch data real quick. Benefit of having multiple data streams. Because we got more to play here. It ain't just this, it's another thing. Alright, hang the fuck on. Back this up. Alright.
Your father now to a 13-month-old son. Now get yourself together.
Boy, of course they have a fucking kid together. Of course they do.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. Talk down to her at all times. That's why you called her ugly.
By the way, the judge ain't too bad looking
this
either.
Was actually going to work for you and your relationship.
The reason why I did that,
I guess it does if you date someone who does not have any self-esteem.
Oh!
As because you feel so.
Ain't no fucker. Just go back. We are doing a history replay of that shit.
Your relationship.
The reason why I did that,
I guess it does if you date someone who does not have any self-esteem, or you're trying to undermine their self-esteem, as because you feel so insecure about yourself.
No.
You stand in front of me, 6 foot tall, but you're really this big on the inside.
Oh my
God! And you think
God.
This is the way you're supposed to treat a woman.
Right. See, that's not the exact way I thought.
It was just you came up with the list. I'm going by.
No, it was what I researched.
You came in. You know what?
You
came into the right courtroom today. Because I was about to say you might need to go on Judge Mathis, but he wouldn't like you either.
I didn't even know he had this list. I didn't know he was following these strategies.
Oh my
Because I'm like,
God.
why is he being so rude? Where's all this coming from? And to me, honestly, you are a beta. Because what real man would put their woman, who is the mother of their child, through all of this pain, suffering, stress?
Yes, you know what? And dude, the fucked up part about this, the judge is right, and the woman is right. He's the one that's wrong. They're right. He's following a fucking program and thinking that's fucking working. And look where he is, trying to defend this shit in fucking divorce court. All fucking places. Like, I can't think of a more beta place to be outside of like a fucking daycare or a Victoria's Secret or Shane Companies, you know, getting the fucking ring. No, that's even divorce court is worse than all three of those combined. It really is. Look who he's arguing this shit. For real? Dude.
Your Honor, the reason why I did this was because I felt like every girl likes the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's what she liked, you know? So that's why I came up with this.
What happened when you called her ugly when she got in the car?
I had popcorn
She started
for this
crying.
shit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
Because
Yes,
what you're really doing with this alpha male
Because, hang on.
is masking your own.
Hang the fuck on. And the judge is going to make another good point here. I still remember this. All right. She dolled herself up. She got the makeup and the dress and all that other shit. And she did it for you. And the first thing you do after she did it for fucking you was you called her ugly. What did you expect to happen? This is what happens when you just blindly follow fucking programs. You just blindly follow doctrine and tactics and stuff without actually taking the fucking time to understand where they come from and how to actually implement them outside of being a fucking robotic user of them. That's what fucking happens. We continue.
Ugly when she got.
Shit. Sorry, hit the wrong button. Now I gotta go fucking find it.
If you're planning to sell your house by going down the traditional path.
Hang on a second. My bad, I fucked up.
You're a father now to a 13-month-old son. Now get yourself together. Or you're trying to undermine their self-esteem as because content. Talk down to her at all times. That's why you called her ugly after she got her hair done?
Exactly. That was the reason.
You thought this was
Supposed to go ahead
actually
and play
going to
that.
work for you and your relationship.
The reason why I did that.
Listen
I
to
guess
it
it does
again.
if you date someone who does not have any self-esteem, or you're trying to undermine their self-esteem as because you feel so insecure about yourself.
See, Your Honor.
You stand in front of me 6 foot tall, but you're really this big on the inside. If you think this is the way you're supposed to treat a
She's
woman.
right.
Right. See, that's not
That's
that
the
way
fucked up
I
part.
thought.
She's right.
It was
you,
just-
you came up with the list. I'm going by
No,
the list.
it was what I researched.
You came into
It was what I researched
you
because-
came into the right courtroom today. Because I was about to say you might need to go on Judge Mathis, but he wouldn't like you either.
I didn't even know he had this list. I didn't know he was following these strategies. Because I'm like, why is he being so
Let's
rude?
go ahead and let it play.
Where's all this coming from? And to me, honestly, you are a beta. Because what real man would put their woman, who is the mother of their child, through all of this pain,
Now, you're
suffering,
right.
stress?
Your Honor, the reason why I did this was because I felt like every girl likes the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's what she liked, you know? So that's why I came
I'll
up
give him a
with
little bit of
happened when you
slack.
called
He's
her ugly when she
24,
got in the car?
so.
She started crying.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So that's not what she likes. Because
Yeah.
what
But
you're
even when
really
I was
doing with this
24, I
alpha
didn't do
male
this shit.
nonsense is masking your own deep-seated insecurities and lack of self-worth because you want to try to make somebody else feel bad about themselves because that's how you feel about yourself. And you think by undermining her self-esteem
He's
is going
right.
to make you feel
But
better.
she's right. Projection, man.
Now this all
It is
makes sense.
projection.
All of these accusations. She can't walk in the store and get Cheez-Its. The server can't come over to the restaurant and wipe down the table. The man trying to do his job. It is ridiculous.
She can't
And
get
all of this
Jesus.
is you projecting your own lack of self-worth into this relationship.
That's also not fully true. You know what I'm saying? Because there
Oh,
were
really?
also times where,
Tell me
for
more.
instance, we was at the pool party. You know, she has, you know, on a one-piece bathing suit. It comes with a topper, you know, the skirt.
As opposed to a bikini.
She see her friend in her thong bathing suit, you know, dancing or whatever. Okay, she go get a plate of food. She come back with the plate of food. Pretends I see her hand goes like this. She do her hand like this. She flipped the plate onto her skirt. You know what I'm saying? To get the food. Oh, she say, oh, now I gotta take it off. So now, you know, you at the pool with everything out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of uncomfortable because I feel like if you're my lady, it's not for the whole.
It's not about you.
It's not the whole party.
It's not about you. She at the pool. She got on a bathing suit. It's not about you.
Right.
She's in a fucking
I'm saying
pool.
this in the context of everything I've heard today. So you think she intentionally spilled her plate of food on herself
And I
so
did
she
not.
could take off a skirt?
Yes.
I definitely did not. I think he's just overreacting.
I'm
He
on her
does too
side
much.
of this.
He even threatened me to give him money or he would leave me and my child and not be in my child's life.
Talk about
And I
hard
feel
left
like,
turn.
how can you do that as a father? I mean, really? So now I'm supposed to give you, he said $500 or he will never speak to me or be in my child's life again.
So
And
that's
that
what
is-
What was that $500 for?
$500 to you? What is that, $500 a month?
No, it was just a
just
one-time $500 fee.
So that's what it's worth to you.
It's not.
You asked her for $500 or you would never speak to her or the baby again?
I just did that because
Or the baby.
she came up on a lot.
Because it's on the list. You going by the list?
Right.
The
He
biggest
is
bunch
going
of
by the
nonsense I ever
list.
heard
I
in my
mean,
life.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Now get yourself together. You're a father now to a 13-month-old son.
God damn it. Jesus Christ. He's just going down a fucking list and hoping that fucking does things from him. Jesus Christ. As somebody who has done that before and not that dogmatically, you know, no, that shit does not fucking work. It doesn't. You have to make this shit work for yourself. You have to make it work for your situation, the person that you're dealing with. You have to fucking tailor suit this shit if you're gonna make it work at all. And again, you have to make it work for you. It can't be this fucking formulaic. It can't be this cut and dry. Like, that's a recipe for fucking disaster, as what you're seeing here. He's trying to defend this shit again in divorce fucking court, which, by the way, means that he got married in the first place, and now he's got a kid that's going to be a fucking factor. This guy is fucked. The popcorn continues.
He's so insecure. Like when I just moved into my apartment, I invited him over. I said, you can come over and stay for a little while for like a week so you can spend time with your son.
How do I get the girls to cook?
What happened was he left to go do Uber or whatever.
Apparently works for Uber. Rage on this question, how do you get the girls to cook? You give them the food and you let them fucking run with it. Put them in the fucking kitchen and let them do it. Actually, what you do is you cook together. Girls like to cook and they like to help out. And I love to cook, so I'll give her a supporting role as far as what I want to cook, and she'll fucking help you. Or even with like hot Russian eggs, it'll be a recipe, it'll be a Russian recipe or something, and I'll do what I can to help. Don't do that. There you go. There's your answer.
Call him. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I call him and I'm just like, hey, are you okay? Because I'm about to go to bed. And then
1 in the morning,
he comes home with a baseball bat, like creeping around in the dark. I'm thinking somebody broke into my house. And I'm like, what are you doing? He said that he assumed that because after I called him, his friend, close friend, called him saying, hey, bro, what you doing? So now he assumed that me and the dude was having sex at my place.
Because of 2 phone calls?
Because of 2 phone calls.
Mr. Sanders? Mr.
You
Sanders?
gotta understand. I've been heartbroken before. You know, so
We all have.
No shit.
Right, but the past relationship.
Say la vie. That's life.
Right.
So what does that mean? You've been heartbroken before. So you show up with a baseball bat
Right.
at your girlfriend's house because you think you're gonna catch her with somebody simply
Online.
based on a phone call with your
Online.
friend?
That shows
Online,
intent to
I was-
cause harm too, by the way.
Like, send them up out of there, you know. But I was, due to my past situation, which was before her, you know, it scarred me coming into the relationship.
So why are you
know?
punishing her? So you're not ready to be in a relationship until you deal with your own past.
He's not ready.
Because you're going to ruin some young lady's life and self-esteem with these games you say you're playing. Because it is a game.
I'm really over it with him. I just want
And
everything
she's
to be on
right.
the table. There was one time that he took his whole entire check because he posted a picture of himself in front of somebody else's car. It's a luxury car. So he went and posted on Instagram and said, you know, some type of
Instagram,
caption,
huh?
everybody in the comments saying, oh, hey, big, let me ride in that. Oh, that's not yours. And he was like, that's mine. You know, that's mine. And it's not his car. So what he did was go and actually spend his whole entire check, $1,600, and had a luxury rental car
Oh my
and try
God,
to
are
show
you
off.
fucking
And then
serious?
he had the audacity to ask me for gas money that week. Because he had used all his money.
This does not surprise me. You
For real?
posing for your friends because you're always looking for a way to stroke your ego and make yourself feel better about you. I'm gonna tell you something, Miss Love. Here's how you know a relationship is a good relationship for you. It makes you feel better about yourself, not worse.
No shit.
It makes you feel more secure, supported, connected, and you have the perfect last name. It makes you feel more loved. So if you are not getting those
Probably
things,
more important for the woman.
and if
but
the
okay.
relationship is bringing you more pain than joy, it's a relationship you can't be in. And you don't do it, you don't stay in a relationship because you have a child. You make this decision despite the fact that you have a child. Because when you bring a child into the world, you are their hero.
Right.
They emulate what you do.
At least you hope they
Now
are.
you are raising a son. You want your son to see you treating women the way you treated her?
No, Your Honor.
$500. You say
And
that was the
she's
price
right.
for you to walk in or out of his life. That's something that you have to rectify in your own moral compass, sir. That's something you have to deal with it internally. But as for you, don't ever stay in a relationship where you are being mentally and emotionally abused for the sake of your child, because all you're going to do is normalize that in front of your child, and they're going to think this is okay, this is acceptable. The way my mother is being treated is right, and it is not.
And they might
So
carry
sometimes
that
you
over
have to
to
make
their
the tough
own
decision
relationships,
to
by
go
the
at
way.
it on your own, and none of us ever do it alone. You get support from other people, even if it's not his father. You have to go and figure out for yourself and unmask all these layers that have caused you to get to the point where you are today, where you have to go spend your entire check to get a car just to get some likes on Instagram. Or you have to go online and research and make a list on how to treat a woman because you think that you're going to be a bad boy and all you did was push her away. So you go do that soul searching, because when you become a better person, that's when you become a better father. Good luck to both of you.
Exactly. You know what?
When it comes to Judge Faye's verdict, I feel like she's right. I feel like I shouldn't be in a relationship that's lacking love.
I should have did the right thing. Bye. Don't leave me.
I'm sorry, it's already over. It's already over.
Oh, can we start over?
I'm sorry, I can't.
What you mean you can't?
I have to love myself more, and I can't.
People believe in second chances. You should too. Why not?
Baby, you already had 10 chances. These not gonna work. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
You can always come see your son. I'm never closing that door, but it's with me, it's closed.
I don't, dude. I don't blame her. Like, what the fuck? The judge was right. The woman was right. As far as this goes, how does that happen? I agree with her over this fucking asshole. Dude, for real? It's like, listen to yourself. My God. Literally, again, like I said, Alpha Hans Gruber. The guy is falling out of the fucking skyscraper headed towards the ground at terminal velocity, and he's still talking about how he's going to take over the fucking world. Dude, listen to yourself. And if anybody is like that, listen to that. Listen to that shit again. Dude, if you're going through those fucking measures, trying to keep your girl around, you're, first of all, you've already done it wrong. She should be chasing you. That's something I've been putting out there for a long fucking time, and I'm going to keep putting out there. Again, shout out to Chris Von Erich. I showed up on his channel. And the guy, you know, he's always nice enough to have me call in to his thing. He does a call-in show. So he's always nice enough to have me call in. And I talked about that kind of thing. You know what? The people who want me in their lives, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's lovers, the blonde big boob nurse, she's actually going to come back up here in late April, and or not in late April, but late June or whatever, and she made that known, like, I'm going to come up there. I told her where I live, and she'd get a cook out of this place here, and she definitely wants to come visit here. Not only that, but what was it? The Wiccan priestess, the second Wiccan priestess I've ever had. I haven't had her yet. I haven't met her in person yet. I was going to go visit her in Sacramento, that's where she used to live. She actually moved up to this fucking state, along with all her other communist friends that came from California. But she made it a point to actually point that out. All the best relationships I've had is the ones where the women actually pursued me, not the other way around. And so that's the way to go. The women that you want are the ones that are coming after you. And they're coming after you because of what you're doing. Again, I got shit to do. If you want me to change those plans around to make time for you, you better fucking make it worth it. And that's the whole fucking point. If you take nothing else from that, take that to heart. You got shit to do. And if women want to be a part of your life, they better make themselves worth more than whatever else you were going to do. This guy basically being Hans Gruber in fucking divorce court. Trying to flex and all this shit. Win and no. And speaking of winning no, we have one of my old exes, somebody who was the epitome of that at one point. I don't know what it did here. There we go. Ball of Chaos. And reason she's coming up here is because, long story short, I might have to go take a piss real quick. So if I have to leave real quick, I'll do that. It won't take too long. We talked about her a lot. Long story short, time we ended up hooking up, or sort of hooking up, was she was at the bar and she had finally smoked weed, I think, first time, and she was working on her first drink and all that other shit. And that was a whole other story. Get into that another time, but we ended up cooking quite a bit. And it was a good time. I'm not going to lie about that. It was a very good time. I loved the time that I had with her. Now, she's since gone, and it sucks that she's gone, but if she had not left, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I wouldn't be in this fucking place now if it wasn't for the fact she had left. It's the fact that she left that I ended up with the incident that had me look for a different place. Because otherwise I would have been fucking her without a condom and just coming inside of her and all that shit. Now I know my vasectomy fucking worked, by the way. There's a revelation coming up for that. Now, the major downside as far as Ball of Chaos goes, she had a lot of good things going for her. Native American, cool person. Trust me, I loved her to death. She was a good fucking person. She was. I imagine on an intellectual, probably still is. But she's a woman, and that comes with its own ramifications. Things we'll be talking about in a moment. But she had kids, and she still lived with the father of the kids that she had a falling out with. Things that got wrong, and she had gone through other relationships. One was very abusive, if I remember correctly. We'll play that later. Actually, I have that ready to go. But as far as my timing goes, the same thing with Hot Russian X. I had her at her hottest for years, and I had a Ball of Chaos for the year and change or whatever the fuck it was. And it was literally at her hottest, the best she could possibly have looked. I wish I was kidding. I got the pictures to fucking prove it. Before we get into what's going on and what's going on in her life, this was what I had tried to, and I fucked this up, so I'm going to go back. There we go. Give me a second. I'll have to find it. Now, before she had found me, she was like 17, 18 or something, and she was about 170 pounds. She's 5'7", so she can kind of wear it at least a little bit. And she had this to say about her journey.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Utterly Jordan. My name is Jordan, and today's video is going to be about my fitness journey so far. It's going to be a background
Move the camera a little bit lower,
like
or
mostly
the
story
microphone.
time type video, and then at the end of the video I will include footage of what I look like now. But for the most part, this is just going to be
When I saw her,
info on where I've come from so far, what it took me, the process, you know, of getting to where I am now today. And
hot.
the point of it is I hope that it inspires people to know that no matter what the struggle is, you can do it. You know, you can make changes in your life no matter what you're going through. I just hope that sharing my story can help people, maybe, you know, even if it's just people who have gone through what I've gone through, maybe not even everybody, but even just some people. And so to avoid rambling, I wrote it down in like story format. So I'm just going to read from there. Yeah. Let's start. So, growing up, I never had issues with being overweight. If anything, my family would always tease me for being skinny. Like, you're so skinny, you can hula hoop in a Cheerio, things like that.
She always told me about her family making fun of her,
In my
actually,
senior year of high school,
in her
which is
early
when
years.
I stopped growing, you know, I was about 135 pounds and I'm 5'6".
Oh, 5'6", sorry.
When I turned 19,
No, it's
I had my
5'7".
first son, and this is where I started gaining weight. Having my first son not only added physical weight to my body, but also a lot of emotional weight in the form of stress. He was born with a cleft palate, which would require surgery, but not until he was 1 year old. And in the meantime, he would have to be tube fed, which was unimaginably hard for everyone involved. It was traumatizing for him and difficult for us and constantly stressful. To add to this, I wasn't even able to stay home with him for very long. And my hopes of breastfeeding him were quickly crushed as he couldn't even eat from a bottle. So I quickly gave up on pumping because once I went back to work, it only added to my stress, which was already insane. All of this caused me to develop really bad depression and life-changing anxiety for the next several years. At this point, the weight was the least of my concerns, and as a result, I stayed heavy for years. I don't
With
think
her
I
husband,
lost
by the
any
way.
weight at all between having my first son and getting pregnant with my second son.
You guys in that? I'm gonna go
To
take a
give you
piss
a
real quick. I'll be
term
right back.
with my second son, I had my first son in 2012, and then my second son in 2014. So for 2 years, I dealt with all the stress and kept all the weight on, and then got pregnant again. Now, once I had my second son in 2014, I did actually lose about 20 pounds within a year or two, but then I plateaued and stayed around 150 for another 2 years almost,
It's still
which
pretty
is bringing
heavy.
us closer to now. So as I said in the beginning, I developed depression and anxiety. It was to the point where it affected my entire life, everything. I seriously felt like I was losing my mind. The depression and anxiety got so bad at one point. I was having horrible invasive thoughts that would just torment me every waking moment. And then I'd have nightmares even as I'd sleep. There was no escaping the constant fear and sadness that I was feeling. As a result, this affected my ability just to function and started directly affecting my will to take care of myself at all. This is where I was reaching my breaking point. I was getting so desperate. I just wanted to at least be able to function. Was that too much to ask? Didn't even know what it felt like to be normal anymore, whatever that was supposed to mean. I felt so lost. I was treating my body like a garbage can at this point. I literally thought of my body as a garbage can in the sense that all I needed to do to take care of it was to just fill it up. It didn't matter what I put in it, I just needed to fill it up. Get full, right? But despite my efforts to take care of myself, it wasn't working. I would get full and then quickly crash and feel starving and terrible.
No shit.
It only added to my anxiety, and I just about started to develop an eating disorder too because of it. Because I didn't understand what was wrong, what was going on. Why wasn't I feeling better? I was eating, wasn't that good enough? Well, what I was eating was the problem. I was eating almost purely carbs. So much rice, almost no veggies, and very little protein. I literally just did not know better. I eventually realized this when I found
The reason
myself
I'm playing
leaning
this,
against the
and
wall over and over
you'll
again,
see in a moment.
which was seeing that just getting full wasn't fixing the problem. Luckily for me, I was able to work with a nutritionist. So I finally reached out and asked to work with the nutritionist.
And others.
I just wanted to learn, wanted to see what other options were out there that I could try, because anything had to be better than what I was doing.
Oh shit.
I was very desperate.
Well, treating your body
I
like
worked with the
a trash
nutritionist
can,
for
no
several
shit.
months. I learned about macros and balanced eating and immediately realized my huge mistake. I wasn't eating balanced. I needed to focus on not just eating and getting full, but eating in a way that recognizes my body isn't a garbage can and actually needs different things and in a proper ratio to function well.
By the way, she's much better at YouTube than I am.
Calories at all. This whole food has macros and needs to be balanced was completely new and foreign to me. It was all I could take in at the time. I also started trying to work out at the gym as well. I was working with a trainer and was trying my hand at weight training, but I didn't really see any weight loss really. I would discover this was because of calories, not just
you won't see it that quickly for weight training. You can't out-train a bad diet.
Weight-wise, it felt really good to finally understand how to better take care of my body. It was like a door was revealed to me that I didn't even know existed. Like I had been stuck in the side of a room with no doors, trapped. But learning about macros showed me that there was a door, and now I could get out. It was a stepping stone for me. At the same time, I made a lot of personal growth and was working through the depression and anxiety.
I am a survivor, a teenage mother, a welfare recipient.
Whoa, what the fuck just happened? Not what I wanted to happen. Go back to...
As a result, though, my relationship with my kid's dad crumbled, and I ended up separating from him. And getting a divorce. So here I was thinking my life was turning around for the better, and only going to get better, even though I was going through what most people would consider to be tragic change.
No shit.
But things would have continued to go well for me, but unfortunately, I was very naive. And I jumped straight into another serious relationship, and that turned out to be abusive. Abusive physically and abusive mentally. It was a cruel turn of events. I thought I was coming out stronger and getting better no matter what. And it was like my world completely changed.
Because women are very good at picking their fucking partners.
Against all odds, though, I still persevered. Going through that abuse gave me another reality check to get my life together. Although I wouldn't exactly hope to experience anything like that, nor wish it upon anyone else, I am grateful for how it shaped me. Made me stronger and helped me to see exactly how strong I really am. After leaving that relationship, I decided to buckle back down and really commit to changing my life, which included not just my mind, but my body too. And so I wish I could say that I learned everything I needed to at once in the realization in one moment, like how it was when I learned about macros. But this next change felt more natural. I don't remember exactly what it specifically was. It was more like a series of events and choices that blended nicely together. All I know is that I ended up deciding to break out my Fitbit and start going to the gym again and working on my diet more.
The Fitbit, I still remember that.
I somehow ended up learning about not only macros, which I knew about already, but calories. This is where things would change for me. Combining macros and calories together, along with prioritizing exercise, is what helped me really make change. I decided on setting my daily calorie intake to 1,290 calories and haven't changed it since.
I still remember when she did that,
and since then, I've lost 12.
That's when I met her, and she was still doing that. And I still remember that was, my God. Even at her size, I'd be fucking miserable doing that. I can't imagine doing that in her fucking... She was miserable doing that shit. But I gotta hand her, by God, she got results doing it, and she fucking graduated from it and all this stuff. But Jesus Christ, I gotta give her credit for actually doing that fucking work.
pounds and counting. And in the beginning, which was June, I was working out about 5 times a week. Then I slowed it down to 3 to 4 times a week. And now I'm down to maybe 2 times a week where I purposely go work out.
That's fine.
I say this to help you know and understand that you do not have to religiously exercise or live in the gym or be a cardio bunny or even a serious weightlifter in order to lose weight and change your life. It really is as simple as your diet. What it really comes down to is discipline and consistency. Looking onward to the future, I am carrying big hopes and dreams for myself that I will never stop trying for. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. I hope it's helped you, and thank you again for taking the time to watch this. Now, here's the part that you've all been waiting for. What do I look like now? Well, here you go.
She looks like that now. Or at least she looked like that back then.
So, here is my arms. As you can see, there is pretty decent muscle tone, but I'm still working on slimming those down. And then here is a little bit of fat.
That's what she was working on.
But it has leaned out
before she actually met me.
And you can see from the shadows, there is a cutout I'm working on, but there's still a little bit of fat there. And then there's my side flex. You can see my back muscles and stomach muscles coming together as I lean out.
She never had tits, obviously.
Letting it out, flexing. Here's my back, my shoulders again.
I still remember seeing all that in person.
Still building those up.
And she did. Some more. She really fucking did.
And my back muscles along my spine. And then you can see the shoulders from a different perspective. And from here on out, I will continue to make fitness updates, and I promise they won't be as long as this one. The ones going forward will be short.
She never did, by the way.
Thanks for joining me today. See you at the next video.
And she never did. I mean, she made that video a few months after we actually ended up hooking up. And I still remember the pictures that she showed me well before we ended up meeting up. She had cut her hair off. And the reason she had cut her hair off was for a friend that she had that was going through like chemo or something, and they had to cut their hair off too. She cut her hair off for that. And I still remember when I saw her first couple times, her hair was pretty short. It was for that reason. But I still remember that when we were a thing, her hair, she was growing it long, and she was happy to have grown it long. Because, hey, Native people, they kind of have real fucking nice hair. She was happy to have grown it out. But then, what the fuck did I hit? My bad. But afterwards, you know, when she realized I was going to be a father to her kids and all that other shit. And I've talked about all our relationship shit and a lot of things, and there's a lot of other stories that we could tell here that, trust me, I've told before and I could tell again. You know, from the father kids tracking her phone down to my place and then getting my fucking number off her phone. That's happened. All kinds of fucking things. Really. a lot of things that I've done to help her out, but she ended up leaving anyways. And now where she is now. And it brings me to what has happened to her now. What has happened to her now? Well, now, from what I've seen, and the reason I know this is because I had to do some stress test on my stuff and my folks' stuff. So, and I decided to go ahead and throw her in there because for whatever reason, I know where her residence is, but I had to fucking look for it because I'm not the greatest as far as intel goes. So I decided to look her up again, and her Instagram and her other things, I ended up finding a bunch of them from another source, which I'm not going to name here. Hang on. Screenshots, Instagram, download, Bluetooth. I think it's in Bluetooth. From what I found out, drying rose petals. I'm about 20 minutes from downtown. We are. Not I am, but we are. That when the Wigan chick is talking to us, she's talking about just I am. She's not including her husband or whatever, or whoever is taking care of her and her kids. She's talking about herself. This person's talking about we are. Big distinction. Even we had the same problem where there was a hiking something. Oh, that's somebody else. Real cool about the hiking trail of that. We live about 15 minutes from the city. But it's not a sole property. It's a series of houses in a cul-de-sac. Same place I've delivered her to, by the way. There's a fence kind of backyard off from the forestry area. This goes with some other shit. Basically, it's shit that I know that tells me what I need to know. Another one, picked up the paintbrush, whatever. It's a sweet age. I missed a baby year. Our youngest turned 6 today. Our youngest, by the way. Not his youngest, not my youngest, our youngest. It's still crazy. I have the picture here. I'm looking at it right now. Now, this is when she was with me. 25 life lessons learned in 25 years. And I helped her form some of those lessons. This is when she was with me. And you know, look, maybe she's not the best looking, but you know what? She's the best looking that she's ever been in her fucking life. What she was talking about earlier, she was like 170 fucking pounds or something like that. Cut her hair off, all that shit. And by the time I got my hands on her, She was literally the best looking that she could have ever fucking been. She was in the best shape of her life. And now, just because I can show this shit, that's the last picture she has shown out. Literally the last one. And you want to know what the caption of that is? I'm going to read it to you. Here, I'll show it to you again. She ain't looking so fucking hot now, is she? But let's give the fucking caption a read. I forgot about the heartburn. She has a bunch of crying emojis. It was so bad it woke me up out of my sleep, and I've been up for hours with heartburn that feels like icy hot lava. It's gonna be 4 a.m. soon. 9 months pregnant. Pregnant year burn. Can't sleep. Heartburn sucks. 36 weeks pregnant. This was back in September. So back when I was actually hanging out with the boys and I had taken the fucking road trip. I didn't even know this back when I was talking about this, but in a couple of days ago, but this was back when I was actually on the fucking road trip. She was fucking 9 months pregnant. And guess what? She was pregnant with the guy who gave her the kids in the first place. The first two fucking strikes that was the problem between us. That ended up with us splitting. Because, I don't want... Do you want me taking care of the kids and then having the dad being cut from that? Because that's going to be a fucking problem, because I'm going to have to fucking kill this guy because of the way he acts. So what ended up happening, there's two ways that could have went. So either she could have ended up having a kid with some guy that she could have ended up having another kid with this guy, which that's one other thing. Well, at least they kept that under the fucking same household. By the way, talk about 3 strikes and you're out. And she fucking went and did it anyways. Right. Mexican dude, they're known for not wanting to use condoms. She told me herself that the 2 times that she went without having a condom with this guy, that's when she conceived her fucking kids. The 2 that she had when she was with me. And so here you go. Here's the 3rd fucking time. The only thing I think of that was worse is that she's with somebody else and she had a kid with them. Or she got pregnant with them and then has a kid with them. But from what I've seen, and to be honest, I ended up looking up a lot of this shit that it was for other reasons, but I ended up looking at her stuff. And based on what I've seen, she went ahead and got remarried with this fucking guy. The same guy who tracked her down to my place because he was very jealous of what I was doing with his fucking ex-wife and giving her the fucking thing that he couldn't give her, which is an actual fucking orgasm. I wish I was kidding. And he got to hear it right outside of my window. Again, I wish I was kidding. He was that fucking invested. And you know what? Now apparently they're back together, and she's gotten married back to him, because what I've seen, as far as the Pinterest goes, she still has her old name as that's the handle of it. But the display name is his name again. And that account is only a year old. And the crazy thing is, here's the funny thing. Now, she was 170 something pounds. She lost 30 pounds of that. Lost 110 pounds of that, during the time that we were together. But when we were together, she was literally the best looking she could possibly be. She worked on it. She went to the gym. She ate right, all that stuff. And now, aside from the hair dye, pictures I've seen, the most recent ones, she looks almost exactly the way that she did when she was having this guy's kids the first fucking time around. I mean, I wish I could make that up. Like, he got her back, and that's what he wanted the entire time, and he got her back. And she was really big into nutrition. She was big into exercise and all that stuff, and making herself as healthy as she could possibly be. But now, for what I'm looking at right now, he got her back, but when he got her back when she looks literally at her fucking worst. Back then, she's right back where she fucking started. And you know what? Good riddance. I don't want that back. You go ahead and have her. What I said as far as in memoriam, you know what? She came along when she was actually at her best, and I actually had her when she was at her best. Literally at her best. Lowest weight. Apparently, Native women, they're not known for having nice asses. She had one of the nicest asses I've ever fucking seen. The reason is because she fucking worked at it. She could rock apple bottom jeans. At least when I knew her. And my God, it fucking looked nice. It was. So I got the chance to check that out. I had a chance to take that up for a fucking test run. And now she isn't. And now I got to see the fucking, what was it? Hang on. Forget about the heartburn. It was so bad it woke me up out of my sleep. It's gonna be 4 a.m. soon. This is back in September. This is around the time where I was going to the Salt Lake sit down or whatever. Apparently she was having her kid around then. Her third fucking kid. Of which she knows is a bad fucking idea. And she's not a stupid person. We had talked about that. She probably wouldn't have had the fucking kids if she was around me. She knows it was a bad idea to have more kids. She didn't want to go to, what was it? The nursing thing that she could have gone to. Because it would maybe have motivated her to have more kids. And now she's had another one. Kid has to be about 4 months old now or so. Has to be. She knows it's a bad idea. We talked about this all the time. And one of the things I talked about, me and her, we never wore condoms for quite a while. So I nutted inside of her all the fucking time. And that is fucking addictive. I think, again, she ended up batting for the other team for a while. But that thirst, it never goes away. And so she got it from, I guess, her old husband. They got back together again. Maybe they made it official. I don't know. From what I saw, she took his name again. And hopefully they're going to be happy about that. Hopefully. Given how the first time went around, I don't hold much hope up against that. But I'll tell you what, that's fucking popcorn as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Usually I don't keep an eye on old people that I've been with. But Ball of Chaos, that is one thing I want to see just how that fucking ends up. Because it's one, you have the two kids and then you end up out without that guy anymore. You still have to live with the guy because you can't go anywhere else. And you end up with me, and then the guy is looking up my place because he tracks your phone to my place and all that other shit. That has happened. No kidding. Not that I care, because I can beat the guy down pretty fucking easily. But I make your woman feel things she's never been able to feel from you, even though you're the one that has given her children. And then you end up back with her. The crazy thing is, again, the reason I played that stuff, she was ugly, she was fat, and then she went on this journey and made herself look as good as she could without you, by the way. And then I end up with her, and I end up with her at her best, literally her best. And then for whatever fucking reason, she leaves because I'm not trying to be a father to her children. And now you end up with her again, and you end up with her at literally what you started with. She's already gained all the weight back. Even though she wanted to keep it off, she gained all the weight back. You end up back with what you had started with. The fuck is your life like? Really? That's gotta suck. That's the best she could do. That's the best she could do. And you're the best she could do. Really. Because you guys live together. I looked at some of the other things that was going on there. No, they are back together. And you know what? I hope they're happy. I really do. I am 100% honest that I hope they're happy. Because you know what? Fine. They deserve each other. The way those fuckers acted, the way their family acted towards me, they hated me. And I don't blame them for hating me, but they hated me even though I made her happy beyond any way that they could ever do it. But she left. And she left in kind of a shady way, so fine. Let them be together. I'm okay with that. I hope she's happy with, her old husband. She apparently remarried or took his name or whatever, and is now having another kid with him, or has already had it with him. There you go. 3 strikes, you're out. Go ahead. I'm fine. Go ahead and do that. Go be with them. That's your people. You know what? I tried to save you. I tried to show you the way, and you were even open to the way, but you fucked that up. And you went back. You went back to the place where I told you will be miserable. Where you will not find happiness. And you went back. So go ahead and fucking sow those wild oats. You already have. By the way, that's how I know my fucking vasectomy worked. So I came in you 1,000,000 fucking times. And this guy came in you once more. And now you have 3rd strike that you have to fucking raise again. So you go ahead and fucking do that. You raise that extra kid again. While you have 2 other kids to fucking raise. With a guy who's kind of mediocre at best. And hopefully he can fucking help you out. Which ain't gonna happen because I still remember this guy can't hold down the fucking job. And so you're gonna have to hold down the fucking job and raise the fucking kids. And that's what you brought down on your fucking self. And then you have your own fucking family they don't even like you. I was the only fucking person that was on your fucking corner who did things that fucking help you. Okay, fine. And you kicked me to the curb because why? I didn't want to raise your kids. I didn't want to get in between that. I want to get between you and your fucking the father of your kids. That's why. All right, fine. You chose your own fucking camp. So you get to fucking deal with that. And I get to sit back and fucking enjoy the show. You know what? I'm the one I went through a whole lot of shit through this fucking year, and I come out much better for it. I am now making investments. I'm now looking at different credit things, so I can make more money. I can spend less money. I get cash back and different things. All kinds of things. I am making more money things going to happen. You are not, because you are still dependent on fucking tribal money or federal money or all this shit for your housing and for your food and everything. I'm not relying on that. You are. But you go ahead and deal with that shit, because by God, what I had to offer, it wasn't good enough. Fine. I don't care. Not gonna lie. Loved you to death. You were a great person, and I loved having you around. But if that's what you're going to do, what you have done this last year, and I'll be honest, it was inexcusable what you have done. The shit that you have said to me. I've cut people's heads off for less. The shit that you said to me. Fine. You deserve what you're getting. What you have now. And you know what? I hope you continue to get what you fucking deserve. Stick with this third fucking kid. They're your third strikeout, which you're going to be paying for forever. I'm going to sit back and fucking laugh at you. I'm going to keep you on my list. I'm going to keep watching. Usually I don't, because I got other shit going on, but you know what? I'm glad I tuned back into this. Like, wait a minute. Jordan's having another kid, even though she was batting for the other team for a few months after going to her fucking weed job or whatever. And you could tell because of her hair fucking style. Nobody who does that shit is trying to get a guy. No fucking way. Like, really? But she got back with, again, hopefully you're happy, but you got back with the guy who made your life a living fucking hell because we were dating. And the one who gave you the fucking kids in the first place that fucked up your life anyways. You know what? Again, I'll be honest. Hopefully, you know, you guys will be happy. It'd be nice. Actually, that's nice. That's better than the scenario that I had. You actually found another guy that you ended up having a kid with. You got 15 cc's of feeble happiness with, and then that came with getting impregnated again because you're very fucking fertile. I don't know if you remember this. Maybe you forgot that because you're so used to getting the baby gravy. By the way, this is how I know women love getting that, and you're one of the reasons I know that. The best feeling a woman can ever get is getting inseminated by somebody that they want to be inseminated by. Ask me how I know. You're one of the reasons I know. That was the other scenario I thought of. It was somebody else, and you're still living, because trust me, you're not going to be able to move out of that area ever again. So now everything, you have a baby on the way, or you have a baby with somebody else, and you're still living with your old husband. That was one of the things that I considered. No, you couldn't do any better. So you got back. I guess you're back in good things, and hopefully things are okay with you guys. You're back with Eric. Hopefully things are okay. You had his kid again. I just hope that I'm dead serious. Hopefully it stays together. You're not going to be able to move out of poverty, out of us paying for you to keep your property, basically. And trust me, we are. But I don't know if that ends up being a problem again. Look, I'll be honest with you. You, first of all, you ain't moving in with me, let alone your kids. Not over here at Fort Sky Dungeon. Starters, I have other people clamoring to come meet me. The big boob blonde nurse, she's coming up here next June or something. The Wiccan priestess, she's moved up here. She's gonna come stay up here for a while. That ain't happening. It's over. Especially the way you fucking look now. You look the way that you looked when he first impregnated you. And I'm not interested. You're on your own. You had your shot, and you were a total fucking dick about me trying to, be civil with you. So fuck you. I'm not interested anymore. Fuck you. So all I'm doing is you're just fucking can of water. I don't care anymore. I cared about you when I did, and I cared about you a lot. That's why I don't care anymore. You abused that. So fuck you. Hey, I get to laugh now. You know what? I got steak to eat. Something you probably won't know about anymore. I still remember. Actually, I've given this woman like prime fucking steak. Something she's enjoyed. I've an experience she would never have gotten otherwise. I mean, ever. So I have no regrets about what I'm saying. I did real good by this woman. And the way I got treated afterwards, after she wanted to leave, fine, go fuck yourself. I will cut you down. See ya. Bye. But at least enjoyed it. Until next time. Stay free. Keep it tactical, and above all else, be chaos.